I heard that you had a very close experience. Are we in kind of the general vicinity of where this happened?
Yeah, we're pretty much within a few miles of where it happened that night.
Could you start us off by explaining what happened that night?
March 27th, 1996, something I'll never forget. It was about 10 o'clock at night. I'm driving on Highway 93, coming around a bend just past the Apex Power Station. Off in the distance, miles ahead of me, I see a light on the road. My first reaction was there's another vehicle on the highway approaching me. I didn't put much thought into it. Within a few minutes, I was pulling up underneath. There was certainly some kind of solid object above the road with the lights on it. It was as if it was waiting for me. So I just stopped it right in the middle of the road.
How long were you underneath it?
A number of minutes. You know, at that moment, it just felt like an eternity.
The triangle overwhelmed him, and he felt powerless in its presence. All he could do was look up and pray he'd survive the encounter.
The bottom of the craft was darker than the night sky, so I can completely make out the shape of the craft. What I could see was equilateral black triangle, and it had 9 lights and like a delta shape underneath it. It was all right angles. There was no curves anywhere on this thing.
Sean was paralyzed by the sheer scale of the craft, and before he knew it, the massive object was on top of him.
The craft was so low to the ground that the rear end of it was blocking my view of this mountain range behind you. It was at 20 feet or less over my head.
Like a moth to the flame, Sean was entranced. But just when he was on the verge of being overwhelmed, the triangle vanished.
Just 1 minute is there, next minute's gone.
Any sound whatsoever?
Completely silent. So I scan the horizon, and then I can see it looked like it had already traveled maybe a mile or 2 from where I was at. I mean, no propellers, no jet engines, you know, didn't fly like a helicopter or a jet. I had never heard of anything like that before in any UFO case.
You said you had to get there as soon as possible. Did you feel compelled to the craft?
Well, that's a good question, but that opens up a can of worms because it's a complicated subject. An hour before the encounter, I was at work when I heard a voice tell me to go to Area 51.
Why did it want you to go to Area 51?
The purpose of the voice wasn't to get me out to Area 51. The purpose of the voice was to get me in this spot at the very specific time that craft would be here.
Could the alien species piloting this UFO be capable of communicating with humans telepathically? If so, what do they want?
I have a huge notebook in the car. Would you want to draw actually what the triangle craft looked like?
Well, better than drawing it or describing it, I can show you. So this is the model of the UFO I saw that night. So if you look at the craft here, you can see obviously there's no curves. There's just straight edge, straight flat surfaces, and then the 9 lights on the bottom of it.
Oh, wow.
Sean's model doesn't just represent what he saw that night. It also matches countless descriptions of black triangle UFOs.
Well, Sean, what I really love about this is that you've gone to such great lengths. You wanted to figure out all sides of it. This really helps me visualize, and gosh, it fits in with so much of what we've been saying.
Yeah.
If the alien species piloting the black triangle is communicating with humans, could this be some kind of warning?